Waking up to snow. Not that snow, like the real snow. Ugh. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Gonzalez coming at you today. It is Sunday, January 13th. And yes, that is a Christmas tree. It was either buy all my presents first and then last minute get a tree or vice versa. And I think I made an excellent choice. It's still going strong and I'm not going to get rid of it until it starts to get old. I literally got it like 2 days before Christmas. So yeah, it's not going anywhere for a while. I tried to make this video yesterday, but that just wasn't happening. So here I am today. And so this is going to be like take 200. Also, I want to welcome myself into the new millennium because I just got internet the other day. So yes, welcome. I'm back into civilization. So I wanted to do a short video about why I chose the Army versus going into the Air Force like originally planned, or even any other military branch as well. I'm trying to make this video less than 10 minutes because I don't have an attention span. So maybe I'll do a video one day as to why I actually chose the military, but that's like a whole other conversation. So one day I woke up, literally, and I just had this feeling like, hey, today's the day. I'm finally gonna do it. I'm finally gonna join the military. And so I went to work. I had a great day at work. I worked at Choose Fitness, the best gym to work at. The morale is amazing. All the members, and see, I don't want to go on a tangent, but it's an awesome gym to be at. Nationwide, it is not like an advertisement for them, but I love that place. Okay, again, let me get on track again. So I went to work. It was a regular day. And then after work, I drove to the recruiting area. It actually should be called the recruiting tree because of all the branches that are there. Okay, I'll keep that to myself for next time. But we have all the branches in one area, really. We have like the Navy, the Army, the Marines, and even the Coast Guard is up in there, like in the corner somewhere. So I drove in all confident and everything, and that confidence was shut down immediately. So I go up to the Air Force office, and it's shut down. Like there's a paper saying like, hey, I'm on leave, give me a call. So I did call that number, and I didn't get a call back for like a couple of days. And during that time, I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna take charge and see if there's any other recruiter to talk to. And I found his number on Yelp, which should have been like the first red flag. Like when you think about it, who puts their recruiter's number on Yelp? Like, yes, I recommend. That just sounds so funny. Now that I say it out loud, that just sounds ridiculous. Like you go on Yelp to find like, I don't know, coffee shops, you know, but not recruiters. You don't go on the recruiting, you don't go on Yelp to find like the Army or I don't know. I was just, okay, it's stupid. So then there was like all these reviews with this recruiter's number, and it kind of looks scripted, really. Like he probably said like, hey, I'll give you a free t-shirt if you leave me a review. I don't know what was said, you know, to have those reviews, but it was there. So me being just like really eager, I dialed his number. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. So I actually talked to him, and I was like, yeah, I'm just in the area. Can I come back? And it was like that place was like top secret, but it wasn't because it was out in the public, you know. He was just doing like an interview over the phone, which is actually pretty normal, you know. He just wanted to see like a sense of who I was. But I was direct with him, saying like, hey, I want a job like in the health field. I have a degree and this is what I want. And I'm even open-minded to have pretty much anything in the health field or even medical or anything, you know? And he's like, okay, well, I don't have that open. And I'm like, okay. And I was like, okay, so I'll wait. And then he just laughed. After he laughed, he was just like, yeah, that's not gonna happen. And I'm thinking like, what? And it was just kind of weird because it wasn't like motivating. It was more of like condescending, the way that he was talking to me. He was just like, well, I just want to make sure I have the best people on my team. And I'm thinking like, okay, like here I am. Like I'm trying to sign up, so when can we meet? And he just didn't want to meet. And he kept on saying like, well, I need to see like what kind of person you are. And it was just awkward. So one of my friends told me like, hey, just call like another recruiter. So I did. and every Air Force recruiter that I talked to in my county, and I lived in a big county. Like I lived in LA County, and I even called recruiters from OC County area, and they were all the same. And it was like they didn't want to help me at all. I would even ask about the DEP program, like, hey, what if I go into delayed entry? Like, I just want to wait, for it. And none of them wanted to do that for me. And it was just kind of weird. I felt like, why is it this hard? And don't get me wrong, I'm a firm believer in, most things that are worth it aren't easy. But this wasn't that. This was being unnecessary. So one of my friends that's in the Air Force, they even told me like, hey, just to let you know, I have recruiter friends in different states, and they talked to me about this too. And just to let you know, if a recruiter is from a different state, they can't recruit you. It has to be in your own state. So that recruiter was very unbiased, because he couldn't get anything out of me anyways. Like, even if he tried to recruit me, like, that's not allowed. So I was told. So he was really unbiased, and he was just talking to my friend and talking to me, just saying like, yeah, like there's like a 2-year wait list for anything medical, just because that's just what it is right now. Everybody wants that. And they even told me like, you should try looking into becoming an officer. And, I did my research. I didn't like it. So that's just what it is. So I got fed up, and I was at work one day again, and I just decided to, on my lunch break, call the Army. Well, that kind of sounds like funny, like, hi, Army. No, I called like the Army recruiter, and I was like, hey, I just have a few questions. Can I make like an appointment to come by after work? And they kind of laughed, and not like in a bad way, but they were just laughing like, yeah, we're here for you, duh. So I went after work. So I walk in, and I just felt so relieved automatically too. And it wasn't like Disneyland, it wasn't like, oh, hello, welcome. The guys were just, and even the female that was there, they were just like, hey, what's up? Like, what do you want? So I explained what I wanted, and they got to know me. And it was just straight to the point. Like, everything just moved so fast, but it was with my speed and how I wanted it as well too. I felt like I was in control, and it reassured me to see like all these recruiting like awards all throughout the office too. They never made me feel pressured. It felt like a family automatically. Maybe that's why they're like #1 in the area and stuff, but it just felt right. And that's what it's all about. And the more that I learned about the Army, one, the oldest branch, so a lot of history, and #2 is we are so big, and that's why we're able to have all these jobs available too. So if I ever get sick of my job one day, my MOS, I can always reclass, and that's really reassuring to know. But so far it's gone pretty good. Another thing that I got lucky with that my recruiter helped me pick out is my MOS. We're able to essentially go anywhere just because other branches don't have it. So that's why we fill in and help the other branches. So even if it's not a joint base, even if it's like a Marine base, we can work with them, And so that's really exciting to know that I could potentially be stationed anywhere around the world. Now looking back on everything, it's such a trip to me how what I think I wanted wasn't what I needed at the time. And even my whole life throughout it, it's been this like common theme that no matter all the setbacks or the negative things that have happened, it's actually just a whole slingshot that pulls me back and shoots me into a better direction for myself. So, that the Air Force basically told me no. Like, okay, cool. So let me just go ahead and try something else. And that something else was a lot better. So I know I kind of rambled on a lot again. So hopefully this video has helped you to see that you don't have to be set on just one thing. If anything, write down all your questions you have and do your research too. And so that way when you go up to a recruiter, you're confident and you know what you want, but also be flexible. Like, you have no idea like what something's gonna be like because you've never done it before. So it's all right to feel like a little scared or a little worried, but don't let that worry like consume you at all. I never thought I would be in the Army, and it's been one of the best decisions I've ever made. And it still is a trip to me how, I was scared of all these rec marches. I was nervous about not being physically fit, and during basic training I was like #1. So that's just what it is. Like, the things that you're afraid of sometimes is going to be your biggest triumphs. So, oh, that was a big word. But hopefully you guys are having a great day, and hopefully you're making the best out of your life right now, and just take charge of it. Do some push-ups. Okay, bye.